So student, today we will discuss the drainage lesson where we will discuss the Brahmaputra river system. Student, you know very well the origin place of the Indus river is the Mansarovar lake, and from the same place where the Brahmaputra river also started. It is a rising place. Actually, in main Mansarovar lake there is a water divide, so the water of the Brahmaputra river started to turn to the east direction, and you can see as the water moves to the east direction, then this water turn to the India, because this river which flow in the Nepal Himalaya region, it is known as a Sangpo region. It is known in Nepal. Then this river turn into India from the Arunachal Pradesh in the place of Namcha Barwa. It is a kind of hills where the water comes to India due to the blocks of the Namcha Barwa. It is a block mountain, so the river of the Brahmaputra river turned into India, and it started to flow in India. Then this water turned to the east west direction, and this river known as a Dihang river, and two more tributaries join with the Brahmaputra river. It is Dibang and Lohit, and when this river flow in India, it is known as a, we will say, Brahmaputra river, because the Brahmaputra river it flow into many places, and from many places it is called by the different names. When this river flow at the plains of we will say Assam, so there it make the riverine islands, and when this river you say leave India and turn into Bangladesh, then this river is known as a Jamuna, and when this river join with Ganga, then this river is known as a Meghna river. That is very important terms about the river Brahmaputra. I think all the students could understand well. Next, our river are very important of the peninsular rivers. In this area, we will see the Narmada river, which is very important. It started from the Amarkantak hills. Actually, in Amarkantak hills, there is a sponge plateau, and in this sponge plateau, where there is a lot of water which is available in this area, and this is the source of water of the river Narmada. So this water flows from in the Rift Valley due to the faulting, and river Narmada flows through deep gorge, forming picturesque location like the Dhuandhar Falls. So this water which start from the Amarkantak, it is the Chhattisgarh region where it started to flow to the west direction, and this river flow to the west direction continue, and it go through the MP, it go through the Gujarat, then it fall into directly the Arabian Sea. So this river flow through many of the areas, and this river also form a very picturesque or very beautiful locations. And you know very well Sardar Sarovar dams, which is also in this river at the Gujarat MP border. So it is very important river, and in this river you will see the another dam like the Vargi dam, in the Sagar dam, Tawa dam, and many of the other dams. Hope student you could understand about the Narmada. Our next river is Tati river. This river started from the Satpura range in the Betul district of MP. It also flows in Rift Valley parallel to the Narmada river at the south direction, and it is very shorter river than the Narmada river. Flows through three states, MP, Gujarat and Maharashtra. Drains in Arabian Sea also. And west flowing rivers along with it such as Luni river, Sabarmati river and Mahi river. Luni river you know very well, it end before to fall in the Arabian Sea, but Sabarmati river and Mahi river they join with student. Our next river is Mahanadi river. It started at the highlands of Chhattisgarh, and this river has a total strength 860 km. It flows mainly in Odisha, joined by the tributaries such as Shivnath, Hasdo, Mand, LV, etc. Its drainage basin is shared by Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. This is very important river of you will say eastern direction of India in the peninsular area. So this river which turned to the Orissa at the Mahendragiri mountain where this river turned into the Bay of Bengal, and there is the Chilka lake. It is the very important lake of India. You have to tell which type of the Chilka lake. And in the delta region, it is very important part in the delta region, because in this area this river become more important for the will say international transport purpose, because there are so many important seaport. You have to tell also the name of seaport. Student, our next river is Krishna river, and Krishna river rises from the springs near the Mahabaleshwar, flows eastwards direction. Then this river, very important river, because its drainage is shared by Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. The tributaries of river Krishna are Tungbhadra from the south, the Koyana from the north, the Ghatprabha, the Musi river and the Bhima river. These are the tributaries of Krishna river. It flows over the district of 1400 km and drains into Bay of Bengal. So student, you have seen how this river become very important river for India. Our next river is the Kaveri river. Kaveri river rises in the Brahmagiri range of the Western Ghat. It is in Karnataka. Flows east and drains in Bay of Bengal in south of Kudalur in Tamil Nadu. The total length of Kaveri river is about 760 km. Its main tributaries are Amravati, Bhavani, Himavati and Kabini, covering the parts of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The Kaveri river makes the second biggest waterfall in India, known as Srivasamudram Falls. The hydroelectric power generated from the falls is supplied to Mysuru, Bengaluru and Kolar coalfield. There are some that flows towards east: Damodar, Brahmani, Savarlekha and Baitarni. These are some rivers which flows toward the east direction. I am telling the name another time: the Damodar river, the Brahmani river, the Savarlekha river, the Baitarni river. In drainage lesson we will discuss the lakes, importance of lakes, tourist center and enhance the natural beauty, habitat for aquatic life, help to regular flow of river. They moderate the climate of surrounding. Very important question: why do lakes are of large extent are called seas, such as Caspian Sea, Dead Sea? Reason: falling the river dump the salt minerals. The lake is called sea. The area relatively bigger than the lake. Types of lake. India has many lakes. Some are permanent, some contain water only during the rainy season. Salt water lake, freshwater lake. Depending on the formation of lake, glacier, oxbow, lagoon, inland drainage system. Glacier lakes, these lakes are formed due to the action of glaciers ice sheet. Freshwater lake, the basin is dug out by the glacier and the impoundment is filled with the snow. Dal Lake, Bhimtal Lake, Nainital Lake. Fular Lake is the largest freshwater lake in India. Is tectonic lake. How does it make as a freshwater lake? So similarly, there are meteorite lake also like the Lonar Lake. So there are differences between the Wular Lake and Lonar Lake. Wular Lake is a freshwater lake, but it is made by the tectonic action, because you know very well the tectonic plates which have the three type of the tectonic plate: divergent, convergent. So divergent plate or the divergent action of the tectonic plate, so it create the kind of valley. So in this valley there is water which filled of the rainy season, and this tectonic plates lake is formed, and a meteoroid lakes is formed by the meteoroid which fall from the space and fall into the earth, so they make the kind of a hole where the water filled. This is kind of lunar lake, is known as meteoroid lake. Second, oxbow lakes, when river make the meander so deep due to the erosion and turning way due to the turns and twins, erosion deposition along the side of the meander. In the course of the meander, loop cut off from the river from a cut off lake oxbow. How does it happen? When the river flow through the areas, so it make the oxbow. You know very well oxbow. When the it turn the U shape, and the long time when the U shape water is filled there and river water go across the U shapes area, so this oxbow lakes form there. Lagoons, lakes. Another important type of lake, mostly lagoon, are the saltwater lake connected with the sea. Lagoon are a shallow body of water separated from the large body of the water by the barriers is a island of reef. Lagoons lake, Chilka lake, Pulicat lake and Koleru lake. Lagoon forms is coastal areas only. How does it form? You know very well, the coastal areas, the water which this is the water between the islands and the coastal area. This water is known as a lagoon lake, because the river which flow into the ocean, so they dump the many of the kind of material like the sediments. So the sediments make the kind of upland, and upland forms at the coastal side, but ahead there is a gap between the island which is made by the river deposition, and there is a gap which is known as a lagoon. Inland drainage lake, they are formed due to the drainage of river water like the Samar lake. They are sometimes seasonal. Most of the time they are saltwater lake. Apart from these natural lakes, there are the lakes which are constructed by the human made, like the lakes which is made by the Chandragupta Maurya. You have to tell the name of that lake. Economic significance of the river and the lake. River have fundamental importance throughout the human history. Source of natural resources. Humans have settled, have now become big cities. Rivers are used for irrigation, navigation, hydro, power generation and many of the other regions. I hope all the students could understand well. Our last topic is river pollution. We and our dependence on water. Water is required for variety of needs: domestic purpose, municipal purpose, industrial purpose, agriculture purpose. Due to all these rivers are being drained out, polluted by the heavy load of the untreated sewage, industrial effluents. This affect the quality of water as well as the self-cleansing capacity.